What's poppin' North Idaho and what is good rest of the world? It's your man Tyler C. And this is Uncle Tyler in the morning. Yo, what's going on? Today is Thursday, August the 8th, and it's a beautiful one. So let's start out real quick. First of all, let me start out again by thanking everybody who shouted us out yesterday. We really appreciate the love. Hope that you all had a beautiful Wednesday evening. It was actually really, really beautiful here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I love that we live in such a beautiful area. I'm very, very thankful to the good Lord for blessing us with such a beautiful scene to see here in beautiful Coeur d'Alene. And I hope that it was the same wherever you were. So let's start out today. We're going to change it up a little bit. Let's start out today. I'm going to tell y'all the weather. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't know I was a weatherman? We out here. So today here in beautiful Coeur d'Alene, Thursday, August the 8th. Right now it's about 67 degrees and I'm recording this early. So by the time you hear this at about 8 o'clock, let's say 2 hours after that, at 10 o'clock is going to be 75. Then at 1, it's going to be 87. Then they are saying, this is weather.com, they are saying that at 4 o'clock, it's going to be 94. Time to hit the beach. But unfortunately, they're also saying that it's going to be raining a little bit. So mix that up. Today might be let's kick it in the house and watch Uncle Tyler in the morning on the YouTube channel. Maybe. Y'all didn't know we on YouTube. Make sure you check out the link in the description to check us out on YouTube. Okay, we out here in these streets. I'm trying to record, try to get a little bit more versatile when it comes to like putting out the broadcast every day. Right after I put it out on the podcast on YouTube, we're trying to do new things, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see how that goes. Let's go next to the quote of the day. This one is a little bit more serious than the last two. Now, they have been serious. I don't want to say that the homie Dumbledore and the homie Bilbo Baggins weren't serious, but today's a little bit more old school. Not as old school as Bilbo Baggins, but it's there. It's an African proverb. It says, knowledge without wisdom is like water in the sand. Y'all hear them little twinkles right there? Shout out E40. I'm gonna read it again. It says, knowledge without wisdom is like water in the sand. I'm gonna let y'all take it home. I'm gonna let y'all digest that. Even look it up. Understand where it came from. It's an African proverb, so you can start there and go and do a little research on it. All right, y'all. So today is National CBD Day. I will not personally be partaking in National CBD Day, and here's why. So I thought that maybe CBD would help me, and so I tried it. You know what I'm saying? It's not reefer. Don't get it twisted, okay? Mama, calm down. I heard my mom be using CBD, but I don't. This is the word on the streets. I don't. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? No judgment. There's no. There's some THC in some, but not really in most. You know what I'm saying? The stuff I tried didn't have any in there, and I'm not very educated when it comes to CBD, but I knew that this one was 100% pure CBD. Shout out Soundpoint. So I try it, right? Because on the bottle it says made from 100% hemp or something like that. And so in my heart of hearts, I went back to my genetic markers, you know what I'm saying, getting technical, and I said, oh, hemp. My slave forefathers were held on a hemp plantation. So in my heart of hearts, in my mind, I was like, listen, 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I'm saying? Me plus my ancestors equals a good outcome with this CBD oil, because maybe they ingested quite a lot of hemp. I'm sure they used hemp for a number of things. Since they was on a hemp plantation, they were teaching people how to make the original hemp sandals. They were teaching people how to make the original hemp bags. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day in Kentucky, when you had to ship your stuff to a different place, they would make these hemp bags, you know what I'm saying? And so in my heart of hearts, I was like, it makes sense to think that, you know, maybe my body would be a little bit more susceptible to hemp because my forefathers, you know, it's already in my DNA, you know what I'm saying? No, sir. So I tried this CBD, right? And I was like, yo, this is gonna be dope. And at first it was tight. It was It was something having to do with it was supposed to help you focus, which means that there was other stuff in it. So it might not have been just the CBD. It might have been, there was some other natural plants and stuff in there that helped your focus and helped your relaxation from stress. And so I was like, let me try this. And for those of you who have been listening to the community experiment for a while, you know that I, in the past, have tried stuff like Adderall for my attention deficit disorder or whatever. It's not a disorder. It's whatever. It's a whole nother conversation that we need to have a professional on to talk about. But in the past, I've tried different things to help with some of the symptoms in regards to attention deficit disorder. So this kind of worked the same as Adderall at first. Like I got focused. I was getting stuff done that day. Not that I don't get stuff done every day, but I got it done in more of a structured path, right? But then the next day, I was incredibly depressed. And I was and I deal with depression, not quite a bit, but in my life, I've dealt with depression in a real way. And I've had friends around me who have who have helped to pray for me through those times of depression, and being able to seek the help of friends and family in the area, and really just working through that process to overcome depression. That's a real thing. But that day after I tried that CBD, I felt like a real, it was an emotional switch. And at that point, I had realized that this CBD is not for me. In the same way that, even if weed was legal in Idaho, I can't smoke weed, because the first time, if you heard this on the North Idaho Brown Dude, shout out to the homies, the first time I smoked weed, somebody turned into a dragon. And it was at that point that I knew I needed to leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? My brain and reefer, it just don't mix. So for those of you who partake, not that CBD and reefer is the same thing, but it, you know what I'm saying? They cousins. It's like comedy and rap. They cousins. They both wild. They cousins. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. So for those of you who are going to partake in National CBD Day, shouts to you. Happy National CBD Day. But that one ain't for me. And this is Uncle Tyler in the Morning. All right, y'all, we are back with Uncle Tyler in the Morning. Listen, some breaking news. I don't know if it's necessarily breaking, but today in the news, listen, I want to talk about this story coming out of Alabama. I'm going to read the headlines from USA Today. It says, a man broke into a woman's house in Alabama with a gun, police say. First of all, you played yourself. She countered with a pot of hot grease. Again, I will say, sir, you played yourself. You heard me right. Shout out to that Alabama woman who, when a man from Decatur, okay, I'm reading this a little bit more. So this happened in Decatur, Alabama. Shout out to all my homies and family in Alabama. We out here. Roll Tide. Hey, listen, one of my favorite, we're going to get back to the story. You know I got ADHD. We're going to get back to the story, but one of my favorite morning shows and one of my top 5 comedians is coming out of Alabama. Shout out Ricky Smiley. If you ever want your boy to come on the show, we out here. Only during the winter time though, because I'm not trying to come to Alabama during the summer. It's a little hot. Let's go back. So this gentleman, I'm not even gonna try to say his name, 31-year-old male, was arrested in Alabama after police say he broke into a woman's home and she threw hot grease on him. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. And ladies, let me say this. This is why I wanted to bring this up. Ladies, you need to learn how to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's hooligans out here, and that's real. There are a lot of slime balls in this world. There's a lot of scumbags in this world. There are dudes and women. There are people in this world who will try to hurt you, and you need to defend yourself from that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the fact that people say you a woman and you're supposed to be prim proper, if somebody comes at you, you need to break their neck, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and take you some jujitsu class. If you here in town, shout out to the homie Pablo. down at the Warrior Camp over off of Sherman, man. Check him out. They have a whole, if you don't feel comfortable rolling with dudes, they have a women's class, I'm pretty sure, where it's just women. And if you feel comfortable starting there, do your thing, but learn how to defend yourself. I'm not advocating violence. I'm advocating protection. You know what I'm saying? Get you a piece. And I've been telling everybody who I love this. Get you a piece. By piece, I mean firearm, a little pistol you can keep in your purse. Get you, before you do that, take classes. You know what I'm saying? You need to get comfortable with whatever handgun you're gonna be using. And people are gonna say, well, we shouldn't be talking about handguns. Listen, you ain't gotta listen if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But what you do have to do is protect you and yours. You know what I'm saying? There are wild people out here. We've seen this in the last few days, the last week. Like, wild stuff is happening in this country, and you have to be able to protect yourself in the right way. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with responsibility. If you got a piece on you, if you walk around with the hammer, you have to know, like, you need to be on it. You know what I'm saying? There was this sad story over here in Hayden, Idaho, when we first moved here, of a child who reached in the mother's purse, grabbed the mom's gun, and shot the mom in the, you know, like that is such a sad story. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't there, so we can't speak on what actually happened in that situation, but you need to learn how to protect yourself in a responsible way. You know what I mean? You need to, before you get the firearm, you need to look up classes. Before you look up classes, you might want to look up jujitsu type classes. And the homie Terry Edelman, who's the owner of our company, he used to do cage fighting. He once said that jujitsu is one of the best ways for women to defend themselves. And the reason why is because there are certain women who will knock me square out with their fists. But every woman can use their elbows, every woman can use their knees, and every woman can use somebody's inability to move against them. You know what I'm saying? Any woman, any man, any person can choke somebody out with their own collar shirt or with their own t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? But you learn that in classes like jujitsu. Learn how to manipulate people's bodies so when they do something dumb, you can counteract in the right way. Learn how to, if somebody comes at you with a gun, if you out on the street, you can pull that gun in an appropriate manner, stop the threat and keep going. Call 911 and get out of the situation. And in this case, if somebody comes up in your house and you happen to be frying chicken, pour that grease on their face. I want y'all to go look at the picture of this brother. He is hurting right now. He actually looks like he has I can't remember the name of that disorder where your pigmentation goes out of your skin, but that's what it looks like. His face is torn straight up. Defend yourself, ladies. We love y'all. All right, y'all, we are back on Uncle Tyler in the Morning. Real quick, man, for the kids. Listen, y'all, guess what? Dora the Explorer, the Lost City of Gold is up and popping. I'm trying to go see this movie. I can't imagine if I grew up, I guess I could, but because they did that with a number of movies back in the day where they made these like cartoons in the movies, but not like live action movies. I don't remember another live action movie that came from a childhood movie when we were kids. You know what I mean? There might have been one out there, but I don't remember. If you remember that, let me know. But I'm excited about this Dora the Explorer. Is dope because I believe that Dora the Explorer has taught a lot of these young kids how to speak Spanish, which is super, super dope. You know what I'm saying? I could say my niece Claire probably watched Dora the Explorer. Quaylin, my little nephew, my other little nephews probably watched Dora the Explorer, and now they got the live action movie. It's so tight. Shout out to my little homies out there who I know are watching on YouTube. Hey y'all, how we doing? Good to see you. But I want to talk about this Dora the Explorer a little bit. So it's dope. Here's why. Dora the Explorer is a young Latino gal who is a good example of being smart, being adventurous, and she looks like a real girl. She's not like a superhero. She's just really smart and has a lot of ingenuity, which is super, super dope. I love, also, I just think that Michael Pena, I apologize, bro, I said your name wrong. He's been in another number of movies like Ant-Man and some other stuff. He's in this movie as well, which is super dope. So is Eva Longoria. That's dope. Anyways, I love that little Latina, little black, little white. Everybody has this role model of Dora the Explorer that they can go. So go see the movie. Tell me what you think. I ain't seen it yet. I probably won't see it because none of my if I had a niece who lived here, maybe I'd go see it with them. And it's a little weird if I'm Uncle Tyler, but it's weird if I just go with somebody's daughter to the movies when she's like 4. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it like I would I don't know. We're just not gonna go down that rabbit trail. But you know what I'm saying? I'm still Uncle Tyler. I'll still put you in the West Kentucky rattlesnake and body slam you. That's what I'm here for as an uncle. People who know me know this. And I've had to learn how to not be as physical with kids. Like I like to, you know what I'm saying, beat up kids in the appropriate way. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. My nephews, you know what I'm saying, when they were like, as soon as one of my nephew turns, I give you like till 2. As soon as you turn 2, you catching these hands. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of Bucky. When you turn 2, my guy, you catching these hands. Seraph, you definitely catching these hands at 2 years old. Maybe a little bit before, because you know what I'm saying, you a little rowdy. But even my nieces, Maeve, you about there, you catching these hands. Who else? There's a Atlas, you catching these hands, bruh. I apologize, but you catching these hands. Unless your parents are like Tyler, nah, I ain't with that. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying, cool. I respect parents' wishes. But if your parents say it's cool, little bruh, little sis, you're catching these hands. Because you gotta know, you know what I'm saying? You have to know how to do a pile driver by the age of 3. That's real. That's real life. You know what I'm saying? These streets is hard out here. And if you don't know how to do pile drivers, if you can't DDT somebody when you get to kindergarten, that's as bad as learning your ABCs, which we are gonna speak to here in just a moment. All right, y'all, we'll be right back. But check out Dora the Explorer. You heard it here on Uncle Tyler I was going to say Uncle Tyler on the radio. I don't know what I'm talking about. Uncle Tyler in the morning. We'll be right back. Listen, let's get into this real quick. So, in other movie news, we just hit Dora the Explorer a little bit. In other movie news, it has been reported that Wesley Snipes is going to be playing in the new Coming to America movie. I hope that's true. And I'm going to be honest with you, I hope it has something to do with Blade. I know it won't, but I hope it does. You know what I'm saying? If it's fake, if it's false, then I'm going to cry because y'all know I'm a big Wesley Snipes fan. Actually, on Friday, tomorrow, the North Idaho Brown dudes break down what it's going to look like for Mashallah Ali. I don't know if that's how you say his name. I apologize, good sir. To take the place of Wesley Snipes as Blade. I'm a little bit in my feelings about that because I love Blade, and I think that so on the show we called him Brother Cottonmouth Ali. I apologize, sir. I'm in my feelings a little bit, bro. You gotta wait till tomorrow to listen to North Idaho Brown dudes to understand why I'm a little in my feelings about Wesley Snipes not being the Blade, which I understand he's getting older or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, that's ageism. It is what it is. Check us out tomorrow on North Idaho Brown Dudes, though, for that conversation. But they are saying that Wesley Snipes joins Eddie Murphy in the Coming to America sequel. Let's dig into this just a tad bit. Wesley Snipes, man, black really don't crack. He still look, he look a little older, you know what I'm saying? You could tell that tax little time that he did really weighed on him a little bit, but I wonder what his actual, what's it called? Character is gonna be. Maybe he owns McDowell's. Maybe he's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, one of the barbers. I really want to see, and I actually don't even know the preface for the new movie. Somebody says that Eddie Murphy's coming back to America from Zamunda to reunite with his son that he did not know he had. But we'll see. What if his son was Michael Blackson? That would be hilarious. But it could also just be an actor, and Michael Blackson could be in it. But Eddie Murphy's a comedian, so I hope that he brings a number of other comedians into the fold. to make that movie something good. If you're gonna do a sequel to a hood classic, that needs to be amazing. I've seen a lot of sequels to a lot of hood classics that have been trash. So, Mr. Murphy, this one's on you. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. That's movies on Uncle Tyler in the morning. That was weird. In the morning.